If you are learning Python yourself, but while execution of Python program, you are getting lots of errors and you don't know how to fix these errors and you need help to fix and explain the errors. So yes, this video is meant for you. Hello everyone, welcome back to SABIYA'S programming school. In this video, I'm going to explain you how can you use ChatGPT and Google Colab together. So what is Google Colab? Google Colab is a web service offered by Google in which we can write Python code. In this video, I'm going to explain you that how can we integrate Google Colab with ChatGPT. How ChatGPT resolves the coding errors, how can ChatGPT explain the code, and how it writes the code for us. So without any delay, let's dive in. So for this, we go to Chrome browser, and in this, we will go to extension, visit Chrome Web Store. Here we will write ChatGPT for Google Colab. This is the extension of ChatGPT for Google Colab. We will click on it and click on Add to Chrome. Then click on Add Extension. We have to search Google Colab. This is the website of Google Colab. And we have to sign in. Click on sign in. Here I am going to select new notebook. So yes, this is first document of Google Colab. Here we can rename of our first document as first doc. And here this notebook already showing this ChatGPT button because we installed extension. Now we will see how ChatGPT resolves the coding error. Suppose I am going to write Python program to find the factorial. For using this extension, we have to log in on chat.openai.com. So I am going to log in into ChatGPT. So I have logged into this ChatGPT, chat.openai.com. While working on Google Colab with ChatGPT, we don't need to close this window, that is chat.openai.com, because I have logged into this openai.com. If we close this window, this ChatGPT into Colab will show the error, that is session expired. So now I'm going to write the code. So this is the correct code of finding the factorial of a number. Now I'm going to click on ChatGPT. It will show the prompt. So we have to select the ChatGPT task. As I select explain, it will show the prompt. Please provide a markdown formatted explanation of the following code. This should include a detailed description of what the code does, its structure, how it works, and any notable features or functionality. Consider including examples and use cases to make your explanation clear and comprehensive. And click on Submit. Now see the magic of the ChatGPT. See the explanation of ChatGPT about this program. This code calculates the factorial of a number. The factorial of non-negative integer n is the product of all positive integers less than or equal to n. For example, the factorial of 5 written as 5, as I have given the number is equal to 5, which is initialized already. So it's calculated as 5 into 4 into 3 into 2 into 1, that is 120. The code follows these steps in this program. The variable num is set to a value of 5, but there is a commented line to take input from the user. Because I have taken the commented line here, this line is used for taking the input from the user. So ChatGPT also explained the commented line. If you want to take input from the user, you can uncomment the line by removing the hash and run the code. Really, it's amazing. The variable factorial is initialized to 1. This variable will store the calculated factorial value. That means we have stored the result into the factorial variable. The code checks the value of num to determine whether it is negative, 0 or positive. This is done using an if statement. If num is less than 0, it means the factorial does not exist for negative numbers. In this case, an error message is printed, as I have printed the error. Sorry, factorial does not exist for negative numbers. Second condition is, if num is equal to 0, the factorial is defined as 1. Therefore, a message stating that the factorial of 0 is 1 is printed. If num is positive, the code proceeds to calculate the factorial using a loop. In fourth line, if num is positive, a for loop is used to iterate from 1 to num, that is 1 to 5. This loop iterates over each number from 1 up to the given number, that is 5. Inside the loop, the variable factorial is updated by multiplying it with the current value of I. This accumulates the product of all numbers from 1 to num. Once the loop completes, the code prints the result. It displays a message stating the factorial of num, that is 5, is equal to factorial, that is 120, where num and factorial are the actual value calculated. Example, if num is 5, that is I have taken into my program, the code will go through the else block of the if statement. It will then iterate over the numbers 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. In each iteration, it multiplies factorial by the current value of I. After the loop completes, the value of factorial will be 120. Therefore, the output will be the factorial of 5 is 120, that I have printed into my program. This line, print the factorial of num is factorial. So use cases, what are the use cases into this program? This code is useful in situation where you need to calculate the factorial of a given non-negative integer. It can be used in mathematical calculation, statistics, combinatorics, and various other domains where factorials are relevant. So have you seen the magic of ChatGPT into the Google Colab? It's amazing, no? Let's check all the ChatGPT tasks here. As I have written the factorials program, as I have deleted this line, so one error is number is not defined, and if I delete space here, so it will give the error of indentation. So this program, there are two errors, that is num variable is not defined and the indentation error. So let's see how ChatGPT explain it or fix this error. So we will click on ChatGPT. Here we select the task which is fix. The prompt is diagnose and fix any bugs in the following code. Provide the detailed explanation of what the issue was and how you resolved it along with the updated code and eliminates the bugs. And click on submit. Now ChatGPT is diagnosing and fixing the error. Let's see what ChatGPT is explaining about the errors. Bug 1. So first error is missing input statement. The code is missing the input statement to accept a number from the user, because I have not taken any number from the user, or we have not initialized any number. So the line num is commented out. So the program will not receive any input from the user. Bug 2, indentation error. The print statement inside the if and elif blocks are not indented correctly. In Python, proper indentation is required to define blocks of codes. So here ChatGPT gives the code to fix the error. To fix these bugs, we need to uncomment the input statement and correct the indentation. Here's the updated code. So if we have to take the number from the user, we have to uncomment this line. I'm showing you. If we have to take the input from the user, we have to uncomment this line, or we have to initialize a number. So this is the corrected program and we have to copy it, and I'm going to paste it into code. I'm going to execute this program provided by ChatGPT to fix the above errors. Here I have to give in the number, so I'm going to give 5. And the factorial of 5 is 120. So we can see that ChatGPT provides the correct code for it. We can test all the functionality of ChatGPT one by one. So we have tested explain task. We have tested fix task. Let's summarize this program. Please provide a markdown formatted summary of the following code. This should include a brief description of what the code does, its structure, and any notable features or functionality, and click on submit. So ChatGPT has given the markdown formatted summary of the code. You can pause the video and read it. Now we will test other functionality of ChatGPT. So click on refactor. What refactor does? Refactor used for provide better version of code to optimize. What is the prompt for refactor? Provide a refactored version of the following code to make it more efficient, readable, and maintainable. Consider optimizing for performance, following coding standards, and making the code more modular. So click on submit. So ChatGPT provides refactored version of the code. Here ChatGPT has defined the compute factorial function. This is the function, and then this function is called into the main method. What changes are made? Changes made in the refactored code are the factorial computation logic is moved into a separate function compute factorial, making it more modular and reusable. The function compute factorial returns none for negative numbers instead of printing an error message. This allows the calling code to handle the error condition appropriately. The main logic is encapsulated in main function for better organization and readability. Now we are testing other functionality. We have tested explain, we have tested refactor, fix, summarize, and let's see what add comment does. Please add descriptive comments to the following code explaining what each section of code is doing and why it is important. Consider using clear, concise language and formatting the comments in the readable way, and click on submit. So you can pause the video and you can read all these things. So I hope this video will help you to initiate learning Python programming with Colab and ChatGPT. See you in next video. Till then, keep learning. Thank you.